Pierre Gasly will join Alpine for the 2023 Formula One season, with Nyck De Vries taking his place at AlphaTauri. Alpine announced on Saturday morning ahead of the final Japanese Grand Prix practice at Suzuka that it had signed Gasly to a multi-year contract, and AlphaTauri confirmed 10 minutes later that it had secured De Vries in his place. "I am delighted to join the Alpine family and begin this new chapter in my Formula One career," said Gasly. "Driving for a team that has French roots is something very special. I know the strengths of Alpine, having raced against them over the past couple of years, and clearly their progress and ambition is very impressive." Alpine targeted Gasly to partner Esteban Ocon after it failed to resign Fernando Alonso and lost Oscar Piastri to McLaren. Alpine needed to reach an agreement with Red Bull to release Gasly from his 2023 contract, as the Frenchman was set to drive for AlphaTauri again next season. Aside from monetary compensation, Red Bull's only other requirement was that it find a suitable replacement for Gasly, which was initially tipped to be IndyCar driver Colton Herta, before it became clear that he would not qualify for a super license. Red Bull then unexpectedly turned to De Vries, before scoring points on a very impressive and unexpected substitute appearance at the Italian Grand Prix. The Formula 2 and Formula E champion was a Mercedes F1 reserve driver and considered the favorite for a 2023 Williams drive. Red Bull acted quickly to gauge De Vries' interest and secure a deal for him to race for AlphaTauri alongside Yuki Tsunoda next season. "After Formula 2, I took a slightly different path with motorsports, but F1 has always been my dream, and I'm grateful to be able to fulfill it," said De Vries. "I've had a lot of chances to experience the 2022 car this year, and I think that has put me in a great position for the upcoming season." The changes end Gasly's long-standing relationship with Red Bull and his strong ties to the AlphaTauri team, formerly known as Toro Rosso. Gasly has been part of the Red Bull setup since joining as junior when he won the Formula Renault Euro Cup in 2013. He made his F1 debut at the end of the 2017 season with Red Bull's junior team Toro Rosso, briefly raced for Red Bull Racing in 2019, before being demoted halfway through the year, and has been back with the sister team ever since. Gasly led the team as it was renamed AlphaTauri for the 2020 season, and he famously won the Italian Grand Prix that year. His 3 podium finishes and 12 of his 103 Grand Prix starts have all come with the team. "I wish to thank Red Bull, as this marks the end of our 9-year journey together," said Gasly. "It is thanks to their trust and support that I became a Formula One driver, and what we've achieved with Scuderia AlphaTauri over the last years has been very special. In Formula One, timing is everything. Some drivers effortlessly make all the right moves and glide through their careers, but others do not have that luxury. Pierre Gasly certainly hasn't, until now." Gasly's timing had been off prior to his unexpected move to Alpine for 2023. That's not his fault. Just as the cascade effect triggered by Sebastian Vettel's retirement decision provided him with this latest opportunity, Daniel Ricciardo unexpectedly leaving Red Bull triggered Gasly's premature and ill-fated promotion to Red Bull Racing in 2019. Because of that stroke of luck, Gasly went from rising star to has-been in less than 2 years in Formula One. However, his Alpine move comes at an ideal time in his career. Long before the Alpine possibility emerged, it was clear that Gasly needed to move on, with opportunities elsewhere either unappealing or non-existent. Staying with AlphaTauri in 2023 was not the positive outcome it had been in previous seasons, given the team's competitive side. It has little more to offer Gasly in terms of a career. Gasly will be 27 next year, approaching F1 middle age. That means another year treading water in machinery that, based on this year, will make results difficult to come by. Alpine is not only his way out of that rut, but it may also be his ideal destination. While it isn't a front-running team, Gasly had no realistic chance of landing a drive with Red Bull, Mercedes, or Ferrari anyway. A drive with a leader of the chasing pack, a works team with the means, motivation, and opportunity to break through the midfield glass ceiling that has previously held it back is as good a shot as he could hope for. It will continue to take time. The much-touted 100-race plan for Alpine to emerge as a genuine frontrunner only began counting down at the beginning of 2022, and it would be naive to expect it to win races on merit next year. However, Alpine has made progress with its power unit and improved integration between the engine and chassis sides, putting it in a better position to realize its works team potential, and Gasly could be at the epicenter of this. While both Pierre Gasly and Nyck De Vries will be pleased with this latest development, one driver whose fate is being significantly worsened by the news is Daniel Ricciardo. as it provides further evidence that the Australian is set to miss a year in 2023. With Alpine and AlphaTauri out of the picture, the only seats available are at Haas and Williams, neither of which are considered viable options for Ricciardo. Haas is thought to be considered Mick Schumacher or Nico Hülkenberg. According to team boss Jost Capito, Williams would prefer to promote its junior driver and Formula 2 race winner Logan Sargent, though Schumacher is also a candidate. It means Ricciardo will likely take a break from racing, which has looked like the likeliest outcome for some time now. Though it is possible that he will combine this with a reserve role with Mercedes, the possibility of Ricciardo taking a full break and restarting his career should not be discounted. Ricciardo has been eager to take the time to figure out what is best for him next year, knowing that 2023 isn't a top priority, though it is a risk in and of itself, as after the two difficult seasons with McLaren, Ricciardo's reputation will not be restored by disappearing for a year, but it might take the edge off. Many people in the paddock are still aware of Ricciardo's abilities. It's not as simple as just the first contract that comes in front of me. Sign it and yeah, I'm back on the grid. Ricciardo said at Suzuka, "I'm not rushed about making a decision. It's more just if I keep going with the rest of the season, the more it will become clearer what's going to be best for me. There's nothing you don't know. There's nothing that I'm not telling you. There will be full transparency from that point of view, and when I know what I'm doing, then everyone will know. They'll hear it." Judging from those words, it seems that Ricciardo has nothing planned. And if that changes, it's unlikely to be with a drive. It's definitely not the situation Ricciardo would have wanted for 2023, but for the most part, he appears to have accepted it and set his eyes on his long-term possibilities. What are your thoughts on the news? How do you think Nyck De Vries and Pierre Gasly will fare in their respective teams? Will Daniel Ricciardo be able to find a seat with Williams or Haas, or will he opt to sit out of 2023?